In this video, we will review how to use the new and improved check-in kiosk. To begin, we will review how to customize your kiosk settings. First, hover over your Setup tab. Then hover over Settings from the flyout menu. Click on Club Settings. Scroll down to the area labeled Kiosk Settings. Check the Display Non-Purchase Classes option if you would like your members to be able to check into classes that they have not previously paid for. Any unpaid classes will appear on the Members On Account tab. Select how far in the future that myVolo will look for classes or appointments that your members are eligible to check into by selecting an option from the Future Check-in dropdown. Additionally, select an option from the Late Check-in dropdown to determine how far in the past that myVolo will look for classes or appointments that your members are eligible to check into. Lastly, select your session timeout preference. This will set the amount of time that the kiosk will remain available for a member to view alerts or check into classes and appointments. If a member doesn't choose anything in the selected amount of time, the system will revert back to the original screen, ready for the next member to scan or check into. The member will receive a warning if they are reaching the end of the timeout and will have the option to click Continue to reset the timer and give them more time. This concludes the kiosk setup. Now let's continue on to learn how to use the check-in kiosk. To open the kiosk, hover over the Check-in tab and select Kiosk from the flyout menu. Once the kiosk is open, a member can scan their member card or enter their member ID. If barcode scanning, be sure to click in the member ID field to have the cursor ready. When ready, the cursor link will be blinking. If the ID is manually entered, a pop-up box will display to confirm the correct member. If the member has any alerts, they will display on the screen. Similar alerts will be grouped together. For example, if they have multiple outstanding invoices, it will only show the total number outstanding. Depending on the selections made in your kiosk settings, your member will have two options to select from: purchased and non-purchased classes. If they have pre-purchased classes or are on an active contract, the Purchased Classes tab will display all classes for which your member is eligible. The Non-Purchased Class tab will display all classes available in the time selected under Settings that the member is not eligible for. If a member opts to check into a class or appointment on this tab, that item or session will be added to their On Account tab to be billed at a later date. If the member has the option to check into the facility, instead of a specific class or appointment, the option to check into a facility will display. For example, if you own a gym, this would allow a member to check in for just gym use as compared to checking into an available class or scheduled appointment. It's important to note that you must have the facility check-in item set up under Setup, Inventory, Facility Check-in in order for this option to be available. Once a member checks into a class, they will receive a confirmation screen. They will have the option to check into another class or return to the main menu. If no option is selected within 5 seconds, the screen will revert back to the main check-in screen, ready for the next member to use the check-in kiosk. This concludes our check-in kiosk video. Please feel free to contact our support team toll-free at 877-600-3811 if you have any additional questions.